Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Hello and welcome to this bonus episode. Today, I was interviewing Erial Sky, one of my amazing clients, and she was so amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, my podcast people need to hear this. So I was thought to share it with you. This is where you get to learn how Erial got over 7 clients in the first months working with a virtual assistant and move a business to now $10,000 to $15,000 a month consistently. It's just incredible. I am so excited, and click on the link to watch it if you want to watch it live in the group, or if not, you can just listen to the podcast. Enjoy it. Everybody, welcome to our usual Tuesday training. We are here in Workshop Secret for Coaches, where we help you and show you what is possible for your business, how you can get your business to the next level by using different strategies, organic marketing strategies, or having a virtual assistant, and so on. So today, I wanted to first and foremost make sure that you guys can hear me. So just say in the comment, hi, or something, so that I can see that you guys are here. Hello. I'm going to see there that you can hear me, see me. There we go. People started to comment. Let's go. Let's do it. Beautiful. You guys remember, we only use the @everyone tag in this call right here to help you and support you, because this is a call where we're going to give you tips of things that our clients have used with the virtual assistant, and strategies and techniques. So it's very important to remember that in business, a lot of the time we are by ourselves, and we don't want that. We want you to know that you're not on your own, that we have your back. We want to share with you what works for us and what doesn't work for us and for our clients, so that you can do it too in your business. All right, let's go. Let me introduce you the one and only Erial Sky. Everybody, welcome, Erial.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me here in the group. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be here. Super grateful. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so good to have you here, Erial. We've been chatting for a while. I would love to know the whole story, first and foremost, about your business. I know that you got some really good news and exciting news to share with all of us. But let's talk about, who you are, where do you live, and what's your business, and how long you've been in business.
Fantastic. These are some great questions I would love to answer. So I've been in the online space for close to 25 years. So I started when eBay wasn't even a household name. So I've been on online space for quite a long time, that I've seen lots of modalities. I've seen e-commerce has popped up. I've seen a lot of coaches, and I've seen lots of waves that have come through. So for me, I work projectors and with generators, where we help them stay in their magic by creating high converting funnels, and plus also human design as well, which is fantastic, which actually helps with content. So yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you talk about funnels, do you mean automation? Do you mean click funnels? What do you mean? Tell me.
I mean all of those things. So we work with Kartra, we work with ClickFunnels, we work with a lot of the ones that are out there now. Lots of them are popping up that are very similar to ClickFunnels. However, I would love to address the feminine aspect of funnels. So a funnel can look like so many things. It could be where we're doing this, for example, or we could hop on a DM and just have a chat about the services that we provide, or it could even be a really specific funnel where we're actually going onto a webinar, or we've got a workshop, or even if we're just launching a new program and we want to create a funnel where we drum up interest, we create leads, we nurture the whole list as well as nurture the community, and really deliver something where people can get interactive in. So funnel can be defined in so many different ways. It just depends on what funnel you want to use and how you use it.
So for you, it's you have the same meaning that I give it to funnel, which is sort of like a marketing plan. What is the marketing plan? Where we're going to get people to and from, how we're going to get them from not knowing you at all to start to know you, warm them up, all the way to they want them to want to be part of your community or want to be part of your program or whatever that is. Is that what you help people with?
Absolutely. So there's 2 different types of strategies that we look for. So if it's just a project per se, it's going to be a short-term marketing strategy. However, most of my clients are in the long-term game. So they want a long-term strategy. So every strategy that we create, whether it's marketing, whether it's funnels, it's all catered to that client specifically, so that no strategy, that no funnel is basically the same. It has its own vibe, it has its own culture, it has its own little thing that's going on. So every program, every event has its unique specialness about it, its little magic.
I love it. And you were in this business for how long now?
Yes, very, very long. So when I transitioned from doing e-commerce, I transitioned to doing what I'm doing now. So I wanted to work with highly ambitious women, and I wanted to see what made them tick. What's the mindset? What's the energetics? What's the structure? Like, how do they create such phenomenal businesses? So I actually started out as a VA, as a virtual assistant. And then I just built from there. And over time, I realized like, oh, I've got a knack for this. I love going investigating. I love working with other high vibe women. And I was just like, there's just something here that just lights me up. And I just followed that nudge. And now it led me to this place where I wanted to create a business that was like full, nourishing, safe, and loving, and doing it from a service heart-based business. And I found other entrepreneurs who love that space, who worked with other, different agencies and businesses, didn't feel any of those things. And I was like, well, how about if I embody those things and learn from other women as well and invite other women into my space? I realized I started creating that for my clients. So that's why they come to me now, is because we not only create that environment, that ecosystem, but we also build foundationals and systems and things that really nourish them so they can give back to the community, go out, have fun, do what it is that they want to do that lights them up. That's the whole point
Wow.
of I do what I do, right?
I love it. So you used to do this by yourself for how long? By yourself?
For a very, very long time, yes.
And
So
then what happened?
it's me and 5 other clients. And then I reached to the point where it was complete massive burnout. Where it wasn't financially, it was just more emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And my health just started to decline. So basically I had to go through like a whole journey for the last year, focusing on nourishment and what that actually looked like to me, because everybody has a different type of nourishment. It's all different for everybody. And once we find that, it's something that we can build from. And this is why I build from the foundational piece of self-love and self-nourishment, because, hey, if we're drained and we can't show up for work, right, there's no mullah in the bank, there's no clients to serve, right? So it all starts with us. So once we start cultivating that in our life, we can move forward with that. And I realized that when I, sat for a year and really sort of focused on that, and I went away to a Byron Bay retreat, got my branding photo shoots done, all of that was so delicious. And the women I met there, some of them are actually my clients now, because we went on that journey on how to like fill our cup up and consistently doing that. So my motto is nourishment first before anything else.
I love that. I love that. So then how did you decide to go ahead and get a virtual assistant? Was one of our virtual assistants the first virtual assistant you ever had?
I actually had one VA with another company that I worked with. It just created me so much work, meaning that it wasn't aligned. And that's why I went for massive burnout. So it was mainly focused on KPIs and doing numbers. So it was a very masculine way of doing business. And most of us women, we need that balance between the feminine and the masculine, so that we're actually not leaning on one side of the pendulum or leaning back. So we find that medium, and that's what I do now. So essentially I started with that BA first, and created me so much work that I just burnt out, and I just gave up, and I said, okay, that's it. I quit for a year. And then I found you guys, and then we went through one VA where it wasn't obviously aligned for us, but now that I have a team that I'm aligned to, holy smokes. like I just trickled. I've got so many clients now that I love and adore, and I'm just freaking loving life. Like, it's just that's what it feels like.
Oh my gosh, so good. So tell me, what was the difference between this VA? Like, what is it? Let's not talk about the other VA, because sometimes things don't work out, and it's fine. And it's not her fault, or, and it's not the agency fault. It's just like alignment. Like in the moment, it wasn't the right thing. But for you now, this time it worked. So let's talk about all the reasons why do you think this time worked so much better with us?
Fantastic. I think I found someone who's like-minded, who's passionate, who's enthusiastic, who has an eye for detail, who goes above and beyond every time. So I feel that it's a reflection of me in some aspect as well. So, and I think it's all credit to like all the work that I've done as well. And just being I'll get there. Energetic alignment.
Yeah, it is important.
And you feel it straight away. It was like, heck yes, this feels great. And when I looked at her human design, there was lots of things that were similar to me, and it was like magic, really. I think you just know when you're working with the right person, or even with the right company. You just know. I think.
What's the name of your VA?
My VA is called Via.
Via. So how long have you been with Via now?
I think we've been close to about maybe 4 months. I think 4 to 6 months now.
Wow, that's
Or,
amazing.
and that's a massive, massive turnaround. So I think it was in January-ish that we started when we made the transition, and like January was probably about maybe 5 to 8K, and then I just grew massively after that.
Tell
And
me
just
where, tell me where, tell me where. Yeah, I'm so
so February was my first 15K month in this business. And now that I'm consistently sitting there, so I'm looking forward to heading towards 20K months and beyond.
amazing. So you started with the VA that you were with 3 or 4?
Yeah, we're about 3 to 5K per month roughly.
So
And
you
then
tripled the business.
pretty much, yeah.
Wow. And how many hours does your VA do? Like 200?
I wish probably about 20 hours a week roughly, I think.
Wow. Amazing.
So that's 20 hours, that's given back to me so that I can focus in other areas of my business, which is
Amazing.
such a blessing because we all want to be in our genius zone, right?
Okay, so I totally agree. But now someone is watching this and like, wait, what? You have a virtual assistant doing 20 hours a week for you and you triple the business. Okay, how? So is the VA bringing business or is the VA saving you time so that you can go and get more business? How does that work? Tell me more.
It's a bit of a blessing. I think it's both sides. So VIA gives me time to go away and source other clients, as well as focus on the parts of the business where it actually lights me up. So that's like creating graphics, talking to my clients, their weekly calls and things like that, figuring out, what they're up to, supporting them with their goals as well, and basically being the mastermind behind that. And then anything that filters through, I give that to VIA, which she goes off and does. So she can help me with social media, doing admin stuff, ad hoc, doing backhands, doing funnels and stuff. It's just that we work like so much synergy between us. Like we just know how we work. And once we know how we work, it's like clockwork. I just go, okay, here's the task that I need. She goes, okay, is there anything else that you need from me, to support you? I was like, oh, I'm crunching for time. Can you send out some emails for clients? Or can we create, X amount of emails for something that we actually need? Or can you send a contract with a new client that's come through? And most of that is, yes, there is going to be one-on-one where my VA is actually speaking to my clients and interacting with them while I'm not available. So that gives me time to, go pick up my kids, go to the gym, go play with my garden, go, just all of those things in life, right?
To fill yourself back up, right? Because it's very important. Like a lot of the time people are like, I don't mind doing those little things. I don't mind this task. But it's not just about minding it. It's about how much you're going to burn out if you keep doing it all. But you be able to delegate some of the things. Like you said, you can go and spend time in your garden and just sit there for 5 minutes because you have this time back, right?
Absolutely. Since having VIA on my team, I've learned how to delegate and up my leadership skills. So that means anything that drains me, I delegate. Anything I don't have time for, or anything that's, pressing for time, like as an example for a deadline, I can offset that to my team or find a way to make it work, or, obviously clean it up energetically speaking if we're able not to meet a deadline.
I love it. And so if someone is watching this, because I know that there's lots of people. By the way, if you guys are watching this and you're like, this is like a dream, just say dream. And I see how many of you are like, oh my gosh, I would love to have a VA for 20 hours a week, triple my business and have time back. What? It sounds like, like literally a dream. But it's possible because it's possible when you put procedures in place and things in place. A lot of people watch us and they always say like, I don't have any time. I don't have 20 hours to give to a VA. Like, what do you give her? So can you give her like a couple of examples of like, what do you think VIA's day look like when she works for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So the first things first, we always go through what was left over from yesterday. So any tasks that I didn't get to, they definitely go up to the top. And we always go through the list of like, what brings me joy? What can I do first that fills my cup up? And that's really important. Like we always like to do the tasks that we love doing first, and then we can focus on other things that need to get done in the business. So generally that could be looking like, support emails, doing that in bulk, as well as, accessing my clients' emails, giving them support if they're signing up for retreats or programs or event. So we go through like a catalog like that. And then when it gets to the end of the day, anything that gets missed, if it's hopefully not important, we can roll on to the next day, and then that gets on to the next day. And there's no pressure, right? That's the whole point. I don't believe in pressure. Pressure is good, I have to say, but the flip side of that, sometimes not having so much pressure on our shoulders can actually allow us to breathe so that we're not overwhelmed. And that's something that we've got to be mindful with our team, is not overwhelming with them with so much that it becomes so unrealistic with the tasks. And that's why I always ask for feedback from my VAs. Like, is this too much? How are you going with this? Do you need support? Is there anything else that you need from me that you think will improve X, Y, or Z, or whatever the situation might be? So we always have team meetings every week to work out which tasks are important, which aren't, what we can delegate, what we can even outsource outside the company as well. So there's lots of different things that we do, but generally speaking, it's lots to do with email supports, contracts, following up with social media, doing graphics, following up people that we need to follow up. If there's anything else that's going on, yeah, it usually gets done. So every day is slightly different.
And it is, right? And the beautiful thing that we love about having virtual assistant is that some tasks will be recurring tasks for them as well. So they're going to do tasks that is like recurring, like you were saying at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. And then they will have probably some social media tasks that are recurring, like things that they got to do that it's part of their procedures and processes. And then there will be things that they're new, they just come up, they like, we need to do and we need to get done, and so you need support in. And so sometimes, like, have you noticed that you started with the VA with 10 hours a week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I realized that when I started to onboard new clients, I was like, oh my God, how do I, breathe with all of this like workload that's coming on? Because some of it is quite intricate and a lot of it is quite detailed as well as time consuming. And I realized that I was spending at least 12 to 16-hour days looking at the screen, going, when am I going to go to sleep? When can I have some time to nourish? And once that started to, creep up, I just went, okay, I have to bite the bullet. Like, I just have to do it. Like, I have to have my VA on longer. And at the time, I really didn't have the funds. However, when I took that massive leap, guess what happened? 3 new clients rolled in because I created the space for extra clients to come on board. And now I'm sitting at 8 clients from having 1 client. So that's 7 new clients, triple my income, and just freaking loving what I do. Really, honestly, I do.
Oh my goodness. And so what is your plan for your business now?
To scale even higher, not necessarily faster. I'm doing it in a very nice way. Love to scale my business, love to help, bring more people on and start mentoring now so that I can actually step back from being so much in the business. I would rather work on the business and bring in clients, just really expand it in a way that is going to show other people how to do it as well.
Wow, that's awesome. And so you are planning to grow your VA team, or you're going to get someone here in Australia? What do you think?
I believe I'll continue to grow my VAs, give lots of other people opportunities, as well as hiring contractors outside of that as well. However, in saying that, I am going to increase my VAs hours.
Oh my goodness. Is this official? I love it. Via, where are you? I love it. I love it. Well, listen, the thing is this, right? It's important that we understand that as business owners, sometimes, Erial, you will know that we wait until we have a chicken to get an egg, right? It's like with the egg or the chicken. Like, do I wait until I get more clients for me to get my next person or next investment in the business? And it is a lot of energetics as well. Like you said, like you left open space for, free up your time, but also energetically you were allowing the universe to bring you more clients. And also some people are watching this and like, okay, these two are going very spiritual here. But business is a spiritual journey. It's part of it. We can't have everything on numbers and on things. And you know what? Something I want to share with you, Erial. I run a business for literally years without really looking at my numbers and all those, like you said, masculine part of the business. I was just flowing with them, like, yeah, let's hire someone else, boom, and I'll just put someone on. And I never had any problem with money. I never had any problem with anything. And it's so fascinating because the COVID came along and it started to do the other way around. We started to look more into numbers, and this is where actually it was a lot harder because things didn't flow as much because we were too calculative in, let's do this so do we get that, and it was too much of that. So I'm back into like trusting and believing that everything is good, and obviously abundance is everywhere now again. So it's very fascinating how many of us were waiting for the next step to make a step, but the next step is not going to happen until we make that step, right?
Absolutely. You just gotta, like you said, like I really resonate with your story there where you're expressing that you were all focused on the numbers and the KPIs and doing this and getting X amount of sales. And that's exactly what I did. And that's why I massively burnt out. And then when I started to nourish and get more in touch with my spiritual side and more on the feminine, went completely feminine and then naturally navigated straight back to being like balanced with the, the structure and the flexibility. That's when it all really started to happen for me, and having the support and knowing, yes, it's very spiritual, knowing that I'm supported in whatever way that I decide. But yes, absolutely, create the space. Leap when you're not ready to leap. As scary as that is you got to be courageous, right? You got to take
Absolutely.
that step.
So if someone is watching this and they're like, I mean, I'm not there yet. I can't afford a virtual assistant. I'm not like, not just can afford, but it's like there's the fear, right? Maybe the business can afford it, but they're just afraid of, should I wait to get another 2 or 3 clients? Should I wait a little bit longer? What would you say to that person?
Don't do that, please, because that was me. So I did that in the past and never worked out for me. It just created the same, like the same story, the same pattern, the same outcome. However, when you change that pattern, that outcome, it changes it, right? So if anyone is on this call thinking, oh my God, like this is me, you're resonating with me, take the leap. It's like, if you don't take the leap, the universe is not going to go with you. So therefore, what is it going to be? You're still going to be over here doing the same thing over here, or you're going to create more clients, more VAs, more space, more nourishment, more all of that yumminess, or you're going to sit over here in the dullness and keep repeating and going on that hamster wheel and keep repeating the same stuff. What would you rather choose?
I love it. Do you want yumminess or do you want the dullness? Put it in the chat. If you want yumminess, I don't know how you guys are going to spell it because I don't know how to spell yumminess, but just put it in there. I love it. It's so true, right? It's so important. It's like, give me that flow. And to get that flow, we gotta take that leap. We gotta take that step, which sometimes people say that is not being in flow, like taking that step. It feels like pushing. So how do you recognize that for yourself, Erial? Like, what is the pushing side of it and what is the like trusting side of it? How do you know?
That's a really great question. So the first thing that I do, and I use my human design, which is mainly focused on our strategy and our authority. So I'm a sacral generator. So that means it actually comes from like my womb space or your stomach, or let's say your intuition, your gut. You just know, and the best way to do it is actually sit with yourself, hand on heart, eyes closed, hand on your womb, and ask yourself the question, like either whether what's holding you back, what's the next step? Is it safe for me to jump? And the first thing that you do ask yourself is it safe? Is it okay for me to invest? And I always say, if you don't feel safe to invest in something and it doesn't feel great, like it doesn't light you up, like if you're a generator, if it doesn't light you up, then it's a no for now. And if you do feel numbness, like constriction in your body as well, it's usually a no, or it's basically a trauma response to something. So if you are a projector, you're designed for success. So if you feel bitter about something or you need clarity, ride the wave until you find clarity. As well as bitterness is something that's basically taking you out of alignment. So there shouldn't be any pushing, forcing, but sometimes when you have to make the jump, it's like you have to make sure that you're safe to jump. And that's in your nervous system. And once you're safe to jump, then you know that you're going to be okay regardless of what the outcome's going to be. And most of the time it's better than what we think, right? So we're all stuck in our head having this fear story. Oh my God, things are going to fall down, things are going to break, or, break my car, or, I'm not going to get clients. The thing is, once you take the jump, you will get clients. You will have access to that, even if it's not right now. It could be a month down the track. It could be tomorrow. We just never know. And that's the leap that we've got to take, right?
Because at the end of the day, what's the worst case scenario? Right?
Someone says no.
Exactly right. There is really nothing to lose. Like if you don't try, you're never gonna know if you can take your business to the next level. It's fascinating. The other day I had someone messaging me going, Francesca, I really want a VA, but not to scale my business. I'm like, interesting. Why? Why don't you want to scale your business? Why do we believe it? This is the thing, it's unfortunate because I'm very spiritual and I love that. And at the same time, I believe that I can have both. I can be spiritual and be very successful. I can be spiritual and be in the flow and still scale the business. I don't have to burn out to scale. And there's so much fear lately about, oh my gosh, I don't want to grow too much because I don't want to burn out. You don't have to burn out. This is why we can get a virtual assistant. So they help you do the work and you don't burn out. It's like a matter of understanding, like there is no either. Right?
Absolutely. There's no in between, right? It's just one or the other. It's just like, and I really love how you said that when you do scale, there's no such thing as burnout. You won't burn out when you scale because you will create this ecosystem that basically supports you, whether you have one VA or whether you have 15. It doesn't make a difference. And it does make a difference when you have a team that's really supportive, because you can hire someone to take over most of the leadership stuff where you just show up magically online. And it looks like you're everywhere, you're here doing everything, but really, you're not. What are you doing? You're playing, you're living life. That's the way it's meant to be, right? Meant to feel alive. And that's what we can do for you.
Ariel, are you having fun in business?
Pardon?
Are you having fun in business now?
Absolutely. Every day. I really, really do love what I do. And the journey that I've been on and the clients that I'm attracting now,
I love it.
So much relief, and just being able to give back from a heart-centered place and feeling nourished, and just watching my clients grow, and as myself, it's just wonderful. Like, how can I say it any clearer than that? It's just it's great to be alive. It really is.
So you honestly, I'm so happy to speak with you, because this is where I would love to see businesses at, like feeling aligned, feeling successful, feeling balanced, and feeling like things are just flowing and just happening, and tripling the business along with all of this. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So thank you so much for your time. We're coming out of the time is out, and I know you have got something else after as well. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss out on anything. L'Olivier is a unicorn. You said no, she's not. Tell me what she is.
She's a queen.
I love that. I was like, we mean she's not a unicorn? Oh, she's a queen. Okay, well, that's even better.
Unicorn queen.
This is so good. So look, I wanted to thank you for the time, for coming around here. Obviously, like in the agency, we have lots of support for everything that we do in for the clients as well. There is a onboarding course as well that's set up to success for your VA. We give you all the templates, all the things that you need for you to help you work together with your VA. So hopefully that was something that was also useful for you.
Absolutely, especially on the leadership. That really helped me, support my VA and support myself, and make, educated decisions, as well as using discernment. So it was really, really helpful for me, because that was something that was playing out for me. Because I feared that I wasn't leading my VA enough. And when I found the right VA, it was like, oh, these things are real. Like, I do actually have the skills to lead my team and, be a powerhouse.
I love it. You are a powerhouse. Well, now we're starting to also, something that is new in the agency, we're starting to do training for you, for the CEO, with me personally. So this Thursday, I'm put in your calendar, make sure you come. At 11 o'clock, we have a masterclass for the clients to show you more leadership skills, to show you how to handle objection, or not objection, but how to handle like difficult times with your VA, how to handle things to be able to help you scale and grow the team as well, even more. So thank you so much for your time. One more question, the final one is like, when is the right time for someone to hire a VA? What do you think?
Now, absolutely now. There's no such thing as tomorrow. Hot minute now. Absolutely, right now.
If you guys believe that is the case, then just put Game Changer Call. If you put Game Changer Call in the chat right now, one of my team can reach out to you. You can book a call personally with me. We'll go through all the tasks that you could delegate to a VA. I can help you map it out, because this is the biggest problem that people have, is like, what would I give her? Don't worry. Come on the call and help you work it out. We'll make a plan, and then we'll see if we're a good match. If we like each other, we want to work together, we can help you get the results that Erial had, which is incredible. Via and Erial together, we triple the business by feeling nourished, balance, and all of those things. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Francesca. I love you so much.
Oh, you're so cute.
Thank you so much.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you have enjoyed this podcast, then you're definitely going to love our Coaches 10K kit. I have created this specifically for you to show you how to get your first 10K. This is an incredible bundle that I created when you get unlimited access, like literally lifetime access to 2 of my main courses, where I show you exactly how to get to your 10K a month. You're gonna absolutely love this, but on top of this, there is also a sneak peek inside of my sold out business academy. 7 days where you get to really try out and watch all the things that you can, and really get the gist of what we do inside of that sold out business academy. This is priceless. I am so excited to have you joining this. I mean, it's only $197 at the moment, so please make sure that you check the description and the show notes to see if this offer is still available. But you guys need to go and come and check it out. Check the description for the link and go and join our Coaches 10K Kit. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.